Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Nourish and Strengthen podcast. Today, we have an awesome topic to go over. I'm going to be talking about how to lose weight on your vacation and specific strategies on how to reset your body while you are resetting your mind, right? When we go on vacation, a lot of people view vacation as a time away from working on reaching your goals, right? Well, I want to challenge you to shift that mentality. Today, I want you to reframe the way that you view vacations. And instead of looking at them as like a threat to your weight loss progress, I want you to kind of change that mentality and look at it as an opportunity to actually accelerate your progress by reducing cortisol, improving sleep, increasing movement, and just kind of resetting your habits in a stress-free environment, right? So let's talk about your vacation mindset, okay? So when most of us think about vacation and weight loss, what comes up? Most of us kind of get a little uncomfy with those things, right? You think, okay, I have weight loss goals, but I'm going on vacation. Oh, and how can I make it not set me back? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today. Because most people think I'm going to be off track. I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to have cocktails. I'm going to have no routine. I'm going to take breaks from my workouts. But I want to shift that, okay? So I want you to ask yourself this. What if this vacation is exactly what your body needs in order to continue to lose weight or start losing weight, right? Fat loss is not just about food. It's about your overall hormonal balance, and that is where your vacation can actually really, really help. So let's start by talking about the cortisol connection, okay? Cortisol, we talk a lot about this on this podcast, but cortisol is your body's stress hormone. And when it's chronically high, like it often is in your normal day-to-day super busy life, it's going to make fat loss harder, especially around your belly. Like we talk about stubborn fat, right? It kind of accumulates there as we get older, and it can be stubborn. It can be hard to get off. On vacation, you're finally doing the things that lower cortisol. You're stepping out of your day-to-day life and focusing on a few things, right? You're likely going to get more sleep, of course, depending on the vacation, but most vacations, you're probably going to get more sleep, which is going to help increase insulin sensitivity. That's going to mean your body is more responsive to when your body releases insulin. So you're going to have less fat storage, okay? You're probably going to get more sunshine. So that you're going to be getting more vitamin D, which is going to help improve your mood. More vitamin D and more sunshine can actually regulate your appetite as well. You're probably going to be walking more, because you're not working, you're not sitting at a desk, you're probably going to be getting more movement throughout the day. We're going to talk about specific strategies to increase your movement while on vacation as well. This is going to help your blood sugar control. It's going to help your digestion. You're also probably going to have more laughter and connection with loved ones or friends, which is going to help parasympathetic nervous system activation, which is what you need. You need to be in that rest and digest place to lower cortisol and lose weight better, okay? You're probably also going to have reduced stress. You're not going to have work deadlines. You're not going to have emails. You're not going to have your to-do list that you typically have at home, which is going to help lower just the stress you're feeling, okay? So we're going to hop into all of those points and dive into how they work, how they benefit you, okay? Let's talk about more sleep. Let's talk about more sleep leading to better insulin sensitivity. So when your body is sleep deprived, your body becomes less sensitive to insulin. That means it has a harder time processing carbohydrates and sugars, which is going to lead to more fat storage, especially around the belly, okay? So sleep is going to be a really, really hard hitter in helping your metabolism run efficiently. It's going to really help your metabolism speed up. Sleep is also going to regulate your hunger hormones like leptin and ghrelin, which is going to make it so you're not craving sugar and carbs all day. You're going to have those times where you're hungry and then you're full and satisfied, right? And that deep sleep is also when our body can repair and burn more fat. So on vacation, I'm going to have a little bit of a kind of an aha moment on each of these points, okay? So on vacation, I want you to use the slower pace to really try to aim for 8 hours or more of sleep. And you could even add naps without guilt, right? More sleep is going to mean easier weight loss. I don't know about you, but if I'm on like some beach vacation where I'm in the sun a lot, I love to take a quick power nap in the late afternoon before going back out for dinner. It just love it. Okay, let's talk about our next point, sunshine. So sunshine, you're gonna get more vitamin D, a better mood, and better appetite regulation. So let's dive into that one. So vitamin D is essential for hormone production. I know it's a vitamin, but it also acts as a hormone in our bodies as well. It's also essential for fat metabolism. And many of us are deficient in it without even knowing it. I don't recommend running out and just taking a vitamin D supplement. I would recommend testing it and seeing if you are deficient in it first. But a lot of us are. And sunlight is going to boost serotonin, which is your feel-good brain chemical, which is going to help with emotional eating. Have you ever noticed that in the summer, when you're out in the sun, you just crave lighter foods, right? You crave more of those healthier, your fruits, your veggies, your salads, your grilled lean meats, things like that. A lot of that is vitamin D, okay? It's going to help with cravings and your emotion regulation of your emotions. It's going to help support your thyroid. It's going to support your metabolism. And it's going to really anchor your circadian rhythm so you can have better sleep, like we just talked about. So on vacation, here's your little light bulb moment here. I want you to focus on getting 15 to 30 minutes of sunlight in the morning. Okay, this is really going to help that circadian rhythm and help your sleep. So you can go out and go for a walk, you can sip a coffee outside, you can read a book on a patio, whatever it is, but getting that 15 to 30 minutes of sunlight in the morning is going to be so key, okay? Next up, we've got walking, and it's going to help your blood sugar control and digestion, okay? So walking isn't just a stress reliever. It's not just like a quote unquote fat burner. It's actually going to help regulate your blood sugar after your meals and improve your digestion, okay? So that's going to mean you're going to have fewer energy crashes, fewer cravings, less bloating. It's going to actually help your body use those carbs instead of storing them because it's going to help your insulin sensitivity, okay? It's also going to support fat burning, especially when cortisol is high. It can help bring down those stress levels and help your body burn fat. And it's going to keep your digestion regular. I know that traveling sometimes can be hard on our bowel movements and our regularity. So this is going to help with that for sure. So on vacation, here's some ways I want you to think about getting more steps in. Anything that is under like a mile and you can possibly walk to it, I would suggest walking. If you're going to a restaurant that's close by, walk to it. Stroll the beach, explore cities on foot. Try to aim for, if you typically get like 10,000 steps at home, see if you can aim for 12 to 15,000 steps just casually without it feeling like, oh, this is something I have to hit. But just see if you can increase your step count from what you typically do at home by looking for those ways to move more, okay? Our next point, laughter and connection is going to help with parasympathetic activation, okay? So at home, when we're constantly in like go mode, our body is stuck in this stressed out state. That's our sympathetic nervous system, okay? And this is going to actually slow our digestion. You might notice that you are, more constipated at home. It's going to make you hold on to fat, right? We want to try to get into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is that rest and digest, laughter, quality time, feeling joy, doing things for yourself. All of these things will help you switch from your sympathetic to your parasympathetic nervous system state, okay? This is so important for fat loss. It's going to help lower cortisol. It's going to help enhance digestion. It's going to help your sleep, your recovery, all these things just by making your body feel safe and like protected, okay? So on vacation, here's your light bulb. I want you to play games, be silly with your family, watch something funny, just maybe unplug and just be with your loved ones. It actually is going to help so much, okay? And our last point here is no work emails, no to-do list yields a lower stress load, right? So the constant notifications we get on our phone, the constantly incoming emails and adding things to your to-do list, it's going to keep you overstimulated, your stress hormones high, even if you're technically like relaxing at home, right? So it's really removing yourself physically from your home and your work environment where you have all those to-dos is going to really help reduce that mental stress and rebalance hormones. It's going to make you feel more present, which is going to help with mindful eating. It's going to lower inflammation and water retention. So here's your tip here. On vacation, I want you to set an out of office message on your email, and then I'm going to challenge you to delete your email app for at least a few days, okay? If you have that out of office message on your email, you know that everyone knows you're gone. Everyone knows there's a reason why you're not responding right away. And it's so much easier to just kind of clear your head and just kind of chill out, right? You're going to come back clearer, calmer, leaner, more confident. You're going to feel it. I promise. Okay. All right. So let's kind of shift gears and talk about some hormone healthy vacation habits. Okay. So I'm going to pull some of these habits out of those things we just talked about. And number one, sleep in. This is your number one goal, if possible, okay? I know there's certain types of vacations where you have to be places in the morning, but if possible, no alarm clock, sleep in, nap, get as much sleep as you can. I promise your body's gonna thank you, okay? Number 2, get natural movement. Okay, don't stress so much about getting your workouts in, okay? I know it can be a lot of fun to lift weights when you travel, but if it feels like a chore, have this be a rest week. It is so important for your body to take a few weeks a year where you're resting and intentionally not working out. If you haven't done that in a while, plan that around your vacation, okay? Instead, explore on foot, get lots of steps in. The rest from your lifting might be exactly what your body needs to lower inflammation, get rid of some water retention. Honestly, sometimes people will come home from a trip and they will be down a few pounds, and it's because their body finally released that inflammation that maybe they were overtraining a bit at home, or you just needed that break, that rest from your lifting, and your vacation was what did it for you. Number 3, joy and play. Like literally doing things you love in places that are fun, out of the norm, is going to help lower stress and improve insulin sensitivity. Okay, so focus on getting those moments in that just make you happy. Number 4, loosening food rules. I want you to focus on enjoying food without guilt. And that can really improve your metabolism because you're not stressed while you're eating. You're not stressed out about what you're eating, just focusing on eating foods you love in moderate amounts and listening to hunger cues. We're going to dive into more of that in just a few minutes. Number 5, eat mindfully. So vacation can often mean these high indulgent meals, and that's okay. Okay, what I want you to do is slow down. I want you to savor your food. Don't rush through it. Don't multitask. And because you're slowing down and not multitasking, you're not eating in the car while you're running your kids around. You're not eating at your computer while you're working. Your digestion's actually going to improve, and you're going to be less likely to overeat because you're more in tune with what you're eating, how it tastes, the texture, the feel, that kind of thing. And you're going to just be more mindful about it. Okay. And number 6, practice balance. All right. So I want you to think protein at breakfast and fruits and veggies when you can, and maybe 1 indulgence per day. This approach is going to keep your blood sugar steady all day. So you're getting plenty of fiber, plenty of protein, and then foods you love as well. Maybe 1 treat per day is going to keep you excited, keep you emotionally happy, and looking forward to your food. Okay. Now we're going to dive into here exactly how to enjoy your food without going off the rails. Because let's be honest, right? Vacations do focus on food quite a bit, right? So here are some tips for mindful eating versus all or nothing eating, okay? Because we've all been there, right? You go on vacation, you overeat, you think, oh, I'm not going to eat these foods when I get home, or oh, my trip's so short, I'm just going to do whatever I want and eat whatever I want. And while that is an okay approach if that's what you want, but it's probably going to leave you feeling sluggish and your digestion not very good and just kind of like yucky and blah and low energy, right? So here are some tips to combat that. Number 1, listen to your hunger cues. Try to stop eating when you're feeling satisfied / slightly full, and wait until you actually get hungry before you eat again. So at home, if you typically have more snacks between your meals, on vacation when your meals might be bigger, try having just your 3 square meals, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. This is going to allow you to have time in between those meals where you actually fully digest your food and you actually get hungry for the next meal, okay? Try the 4-bite rule for desserts. I put rule here in quotes because it's not a rule. It's just a guideline. I don't like rules when it comes to food. It's just a guideline in saying that, the first bite is amazing. You've probably heard me talk about this quite a bit. Second bite is so good. After bites 3, 4, 5, like the amazing quality kind of like wears out and you got a lot of satisfaction from a fewer number of bites, okay? Another tip here is only eat what you really love. If you're at a place and you're like, I don't really like this, don't feel like you have to finish it, okay? Maybe eat enough that it'll satisfy you through your next meal and then you can be done, all right? Some tips for restaurant eating. Order what you really want and box up half the meal at the beginning. So here's my tip, all right? Oftentimes we'll go to a restaurant and we'll think like, oh, this is what I want. This sounds so good, but gosh, that's probably so heavy. That's probably so high calorie. I should order this salad or this other meal that might be a little lighter. But what if you ordered what you really wanted And maybe it is heavy, maybe it is high calorie, but you ask for a box at the beginning. And before you even start eating, you box up half your meal. Then you have a more moderate calorie amount for your meal, right? And you also have the satisfaction of feeling like you ate all your food, you clean your plate because you boxed up half from the beginning, okay? Another tip here, focus on protein. Make sure you've got a good solid amount of protein in your meal. Another tip is share dessert with friends. If there's a dessert you want to try, share it with your partner or whoever you're with. Another tip is when ordering appetizers, instead of eating like a solid serving of multiple appetizers and then your dinner and then part of a dessert, try just having 1 or 2 bites of each appetizer and see if that's enough to satisfy you. Okay. Let's talk about alcohol here for a minute. I have a few tips here that were given to us from Katie, Coach Katie, Moxie Coach Katie. And one is to stick to low calorie drinks. Okay. So avoid pre-mixed, avoid the prepped drinks. Ask the bartender for skinny drinks. Okay, so skinny, so hard alcohol plus low calorie drinks, like with diet soda, LaCroix and lime, unsweetened iced tea, that kind of thing. So keeping those calories in those drinks as low as you can. Number 2 is be prepared. If you know you're going to be drinking one night or a couple of nights, keep your nutrition really steady as you can throughout the day. And that's going to help you not feel deprived going into that meal, because if you're feeling deprived, you're super hungry, your inhibitions are lowered with the alcohol, all this can backfire on you, okay? We don't want you to have guilt around overconsumption of your alcohol. So it's better to keep your nutrition steady throughout the day and just have fun, make memories, and have a good time, okay? Another one is stay hydrated throughout the day, because alcohol can cause an uptick in dehydration. So stay ahead of it, stay ahead with your water intake throughout the day and the day after. And electrolytes can really help when it comes to offsetting a hangover. Okay, so that fuzzy hangover feeling is typically dehydration. And one last tip here for alcohol strategies is to pre-track your day for insight. Okay, so I don't necessarily recommend tracking food when you're on vacation, but if you want, you can try pre-tracking what you plan on eating that day, because it can be really insightful to see how those drinks you're planning can impact your calories. And it can really make you kind of, think twice about like, okay, is this worth it for me? Is this experience worth it? If it is, go for it, have fun. If it's not, you might kind of readjust some things, right? Okay, enjoy food without going off the rails. Let's talk about the 80-20 principle, okay? I want you to enjoy the foods that are worth it to you, because vacations, they don't happen all the time, right? Just remember, fill up mostly on whole foods, healthy foods, full of protein, fiber, nutrients, but then allow yourself to have those fun foods as your extras, okay? All right, last point here, how to come home feeling lighter, leaner, and more energized. So your vacation can be a momentum boost, right? Not a reset. And so many people can come home from vacation absolutely dreading stepping on the scale. But I hope these strategies have shown you that you actually can come home feeling better, happier, more motivated, because reducing stress, bloat, and inflammation will absolutely impact how you look and feel in a good way, right? But here's a couple of tips, okay? Don't weigh yourself right when you get home. Give it a few days. Give yourself a few days to get back on track with your plan. Don't overcompensate. Don't cut calories super low. Don't do tons of extra workouts. Just get back on your plan. Drink plenty of water. Get in plenty of steps in your workouts for a few days before you check in on your progress, okay? Final thoughts here. Your body loves it when you slow down. I promise. I know it's hard at home to actually slow down, but your body loves it and always reacts positively, okay? It can be hard to do this at home, so a vacation is the perfect time to give this gift to yourself. So hopefully this was helpful, you guys, in reframing what vacation means for you when it comes to your weight loss goals. Reach out to me on social media. Let me know if this is impactful for you, and I will see you guys next time.